Oh, so this, we've shared about this before, but I'll reiterate. Constructive rest posture is your low back's best friend. And whether you're doing it on the floor or you're on the floor with your feet on the sofa, the knees coming up to the edge of the sofa, this really helps the low back enormously. And so we're just going to pause here. And we bring our attention inward. We notice how the breath is moving in and out of our bodies. We're noticing how the feet make contact with the floor. We bring our attention to the back of the pelvis and just notice, are we centered on the sacrum in the middle of the pelvis? Or are we weighted more to the right or to the left? Traveling up to the shoulder blades, notice how the shoulder blades rest on the floor. Is one more obviously apparent to your awareness than the other? Does one feel like it is more weighted? Can they, or do they feel balanced? Noticing. And then the back of the head. Notice how the skull rests on the floor. Do you feel centered? Is there more weight on the left or the right? Just noticing. This practice is about noticing. So let's unlock that low back a little bit with some pelvic tilts. So with the pelvic tilts, we roll down toward the tailbone. The chin comes to the chest, toward the heart. And then we roll up, flattening the waist, and the chin tilts away. This is pelvic tilts. This is a practice that can be done even before you get out of bed in the morning to just get that low back nice and warmed up. We're just going to follow our breath now. So the out breath is when we tip down, chin to heart. And the in breath is when the waist flattens and we open, expand toward the head. So now following your rhythm and your pace, with the somatic yoga, everything is slow. So we're not racing to get anywhere. There's no destination. We're doing this so that we can become more consciously aware of the real estate that is our body. And then we bring the pelvic tilt cycle to a pause. We're going to be using tilts throughout the practice today. And we pause and let's feel our way into the back of the pelvis and just notice, did anything change in how the pelvis is resting on the floor? We're going to take the hands now and we're going to bring them underneath the head, not on the neck, we're on the back of the head. Fingers can be interlaced. We're going to tilt back first. So we're lifting the waist and the head is tilting back. And then on the out breath, we're going to flatten the waist, lift the head using the hands, and draw the elbows toward each other. That's the out breath. The in breath, the next in breath, we're going to open the elbows wide and we're going to lift the waist off the floor, the head tilts back. The out breath, we're going to lift the head, using the hands, elbows come toward each other, and then we come back down. So we're doing this rocking up and down on the pelvis, on the sacrum, and we're coupling our breaths. So this practice does a couple of things. This is an ab strengthener for sure, but what we're also doing is we're strengthening and lubricating the space between the shoulder blades. So keep the breath moving. We'll do a couple more of these. And if you lose the directions and forget which way to tilt the pelvis, no worries. The next time you find yourself on the floor, release the hands for a rest. And now come back to your pelvis. Notice how it's resting. And check your shoulder blades now. We're going to take the right hand, and the right hand is going to be guiding the right leg across the body toward the center. So do this with me a few times. Draw the knee in and take it to the center. Come back to neutral. Take it to the center again. Come back to neutral and replace the foot. The hand releases. So we're going to be using the right hand to guide the right leg. We're going to take the left hand, bring it behind our head. The elbow is bent. We're going to breathe in, lift the waist. And on the out breath, we're going to guide the knee and the elbow toward each other, and the head looks to the right. And then we come back to center, release. Breathe in, lift the waist. On the out breath, flatten the waist. Guide that knee toward the elbow. Turn the head to look to the right. There is no destination here. This is not about getting the knee to touch the elbow. We're softening between the shoulder blades, and we're feeling the connection between the pelvis and the shoulders. One more time, flattening the waist to lift and turn and look. Nice, gentle, slow motion. And we come back to neutral. Pause for a moment. We're going to draw the left leg up and in using the left hand as a guide. Bring it to the center of the body, and then bring it back to neutral. To the center and neutral. And one more time. That's guiding the leg. Foot comes back to the mat. Release the left hand. So between each iteration, we're going to let the hand that's guiding the leg relax. The right hand comes underneath the head now. So not the neck, we're on the bony part of the head. Breathe in and arch the waist up. On the out breath, the left hand guides the left leg toward the right elbow, and we look to the left and we come back and we relax down. Breathe in and arch the waist. Breathe out, flatten the waist, lift and guide the left leg and the right elbow. Look to the left, back to the mat. On the next in-breath, arch the waist. And on the out-breath, flatten that waist. Cross the body just a little bit. And we come back to neutral. Relax down, come to constructive rest posture. So we pause here. We're going to walk our feet as wide as the mat now. And we'll gently take the knees to the right. Let the head follow. Come back to neutral. And we'll go to the left. So when we're doing this, so just keep the breath moving and go right and left slowly. We're looking for the point at which the head automatically turns in the same direction because the spine is turning. So we're getting spinal rotation here, all the way up into the neck. The next time you're on the right side, pause there. Slide the right hand above the head, bring that left hand above the head. If you can, if that doesn't work, just hold the shoulders. And we're going to hold the left wrist with the right hand, and we're just gently drawing the body into elongation. So we're warming up the side body here, as well as the shoulders. And then we slowly unwind that. Hands come down. And now we're going to take the knees to the left side. And you might notice one side is more easily met than the other. We're going to slide the left hand above the head, the right hand above the head. And now we're going to take that left hand to hold the right wrist, touch gently on the right wrist, elongating the right side body. Breathe here. And one more breath. And then the hands float down. Head comes back to center, knees come back to center. Breathe in, lift the waist, and breathe out, flatten the waist and draw both knees into the heart, into the belly. Rock gently right and left. And as you're rocking, see if you can rock in the shoulder girdle also. So feel the massage. It's going to be noticeable in the pelvis. Feel it in the shoulders. Let the head travel right and left. And then the feet come back to the mat. I'm changing orientation for this. We're going to be doing a twist cycle with shoulders. Let's see, maybe sideways it's going to work best. So we walk our feet together, and now we're going to take the knees and we're going to take them to the right side. Keep your feet stacked together. See how my feet are stacked one on top of the other? My knees are bent, and I take my arms to T. So they're extended and long, right and left. I'm pausing here. And now I'm going to roll onto, well, I'm on my left side. I'm going to roll onto the side my knees are bent on. I'm going to roll onto that shoulder, and I'm going to stack my hands. So we did this practice, a variation of it last time we were together. We're going to slide that hand long. So slide the hand past the lower hand, Let the nose turn toward the mat. And now we're going to slide this hand up the arm, across the collarbones, and all the way back to open. We're going to roll again to the same side. We're bringing that arm over. Palms touch. Slide the top hand past the lower hand, turn the nose toward the floor, and then slowly slide up the arm across the collarbone, all the way to this gentle twist. We'll do one more of those. We're going to bring that arm up, palms touch, slide the hand past the lower hand, turn the head and nose, feel that in the shoulder blades, between the shoulders. And then we're going to slide back to our twist. To unwind this, let the hands come to neutral. And the knees come back to center. We're going to take the knees now to the opposite side. The feet are stacked, one on top of the other. The thing about twists is you may really notice that one side is easier. If it's tight, you can always take one of your blocks and place it underneath the knee or even between the knees, depending on what feels best for you. The arms are at T, maybe the head's looking away from the knees. And then we're going to take that opposite arm and cross all the way over the body. The hands touch and slide that top hand past the lower hand. That nose turns down. And then we slowly slide up the arm across the collarbones, back to our gentle twist. Again, we're bringing that arm across the body. Palms touch, slide the top hand out, nose turns down. And then we slide back up the arm across the collarbone. We're in a gentle twist again. And then one more time. Keep the breath moving. And back to the gentle twist. Unwind this by releasing the hands, the feet come back to neutral, and then draw those knees in toward the heart and rock right and left. We're going to roll over and come onto our stomachs now. And we slide our hands back next to the pelvis, palms down. Our forehead is going to rest on the mat, or it can be a cheek. If that feels like too much of a stretch, you can always place a block underneath your forehead. Draw the feet together. Press into the tops of the feet that are touching the floor. Press into the pubic bone. Lift the heart, press into the hands. Breathe here as we lift up. The heart's lifted. We're breathing. One more breath. And back to the mat. Press the tops of the feet into the floor. Press the pubic bone into the floor. Lift the heart. Press into the hands. We're coming up into low cobra, baby cobra. Breathe here, 3 breaths. And back to the mat. We're going to do that one more time. Press into the top of the feet, the pubic bone. The heart lifts, we press into our hands. It's almost like we're pushing away with our hands. And this time when we come down, we're going to make a pillow with our hands. Rest the chin on the hand pillow and rock the knees and the pelvis, right and left. And now we're going to come back onto our backs. Grab your blocks. We're going to press up into bridge and we're going to slide the blocks underneath our pelvis. And we're going to do our psoas stretch. So the whole body is linked and the pelvis and the shoulders work together. And so we did a lot of things to move shoulder energy. And now we're going to add that last little touch. We're going to draw that left leg in, flex the foot, slide the right leg long on the mat. Flexed foot, breathe here. We'll be here for 1 minute. So you can always use a strap. If your arms feel short and don't find their way around the leg, or you just feel like being a little easier with your body, you can use a strap either behind the thigh or over the shin. Keep pressing through the extended leg. You're going to feel that nice deep stretch in the hip flexor. Keep those feet flexed, keep the heels pressing toward the wall. And to release this, slide the long leg back, foot stands, release the hand, hold on the leg, and now we'll switch sides. We're drawing the right leg in, support that leg somehow, flex the foot, extend the opposite leg, flex that foot, and we'll breathe here for 1 minute. Flex your feet again. Make sure there's a nice pressure going out of the heel toward the opposite wall. Nice breath. And we're going to undo this. So slide that long leg, foot to the mat, release, Press into the feet to lift the pelvis. Slide the blocks out. Draw both knees in. Rock right and left. And now circle the low back in one direction. And now circle in the opposite direction. And then release. And we're going to enter our time of Shavasana. You can do this with constructive rest posture, perhaps noticing how the body feels now, the contact points with the feet, the pelvis, the shoulders, and the head. Or maybe you'd like to just elongate your legs. Let your breath be deep, rich, and even. This is what I have to say to you by Dana Folds. This is what I have to say to you. Live as if the earth exhales blessings in your direction, as if trees speak their deepest secrets in your ear, as if bird songs can lift you outside your ordinary state of mind and bring you into truth. Be the creative juice flowing through the universe. Be compassion in action and wholeness in motion. Be silence and stillness. The ocean of love, so palpable that not one cell of you disputes the truth that you are love. Be so open to your destiny that it unfurls like a banner in the sky, a sign saying, live with gratitude, generosity, and grace. What I have to say to you by Dana Folds. Gently begin to deepen your breath, drawing your breath into your fingers and your toes. Bringing your feet to standing on the mat if they're not already there. And gently roll to one side. Gather 3 big breaths on your side. And when you're ready, head comes up last. Press yourself to seated. We open our arms wide and we gather all the blessings that already exist and we draw them in appreciation and gratitude into our hearts. And together we all say, Namaste.